Thank you for joining me here this evening. The time is currently 7:58 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at a very strong tornado currently going through Covington, Oklahoma. This tornado has been on the ground for quite a while, actually. You can see how impressive the velocities have been here for the past few scans. Guys, we're talking about a strong tornado here, and this is in our high risk of severe weather area, so if this continues to stay on the ground, once the lower level jet kicks in whenever it turns nighttime, this has the potential to become a violent, long-tracking tornado. Again, this is southeast of Covington. If you're on this warning, you need to run, not walk, to your tornado shelter. We have 7 tornado warnings right now, most of them being across parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, but we do actually have one all the way up here in parts of South Dakota, Iowa. All right, parts of even Minnesota here is included in this. This is the southeast of Sioux Falls, and we do have a relatively strong area of rotation north of Canton at the minute. Okay, so we have had tons of tornadoes in between live streams, but none of them have been like that impressive. Like you can see, we had a report of the rope there. By the way, that is the new SPC update. We do have a new Storm Prediction Center update. They're keeping the high risk of severe weather, obviously, and now it's probably going to be even more potent now that this lower level jet kicks in. As the nighttime hours approach, these storms are going to really thrive once that kicks in, whenever the sun sets here, okay? So that time is coming very soon. So now is the time. If you are here in this pink or red area, now is the time to prepare for strong, violent tornado potential here across parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, all right? This is going to be a big-time tornado event, as well as even parts of North Texas here in that moderate risk. Guys, this is going to be huge. All right, this is where things are really expected to kick off. We're at around 8 p.m. right now. And again, as soon as the sun sets, that lower level jet is going to kick in and become insane, all right? So again, we've had several tornadoes in between live streams. None of them were that impressive, but I will say this is actually a decently strong tornado here, once again, near Hayward. This is not a PDS tornado, but I mean, we're probably pretty darn close. We'd have a report of that now at the intersection of State Highway 74 and Flynn Road. And actually, I don't even think we've had any PDS tornadoes yet, so this could be the first of the day. Again, we've had several weaker tornadoes. We're already at a tornado outbreak, which if we didn't get a tornado outbreak today, I honestly would have been genuinely shocked. But, I mean, it hasn't been super active yet. But again, that is because the lower level jet has not kicked in. Once the sun sets out here, once that kicks in, things are going to legitimately pop off, right? We're talking about long-track, violent tornado potential here over the next couple of hours across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. And it's not looking good, all right? In fact, if anything, things are looking even worse than before, okay? So, again, we've got to remain on high alert here. This is going to be a massive tornado outbreak here. It's going to continue to be a massive tornado outbreak, I should say. And again, I mean, guys, this is a pretty strong tornado northeast of Hayward now. Very impressive velocity. I don't believe we have a debris signature yet. And yeah, we do not, but I mean, guys, this is a really strong area of rotation. And again, previously, at least, a tornado could still be a tornado. So, again, as of 8 minutes ago, this is a tornado. So, we're going to act like this is a tornado. And again, we have tons of other warnings to focus on. Now we're down to 4, and we're not 7 anymore. But still, we do have 3 other warnings outside of our confirmed tornado to focus on. We got this one in the tri-state area near Sioux Falls. We have got the one that is currently centered around portions of the areas like Abilene, Kansas, right? This is actually rotating really impressively. If you're in Abilene, again, you need to run, not walk to your safe spot. This is right on top of you. Even if a tornado doesn't drop from this, we're talking about wind gusts close to 90 miles per hour, half degree into the atmosphere. Surface winds are not going to be at 90 miles per hour, but we're still talking 60, 70 miles per hour. So, again, make sure that you're getting in your tornado safe spot right now over there, because, again, potential tornadoes associated with that, as well as golf ball-sized hail, too, actually. And this one near Thomas is rotating pretty decently. Again, we haven't seen any, like, massive, violent tornadoes yet, and you're thinking, oh, well, I guess this event is a bust, huh? No. Once again, things were not expected to be bad until the lower level jet set in. All right, I mean, they were expected to be bad, but not, like, high-risk worthy. But the high risk is in place because of this lower level jet, all right? If it was in place for this afternoon, then it would have been let to expire here at the 8 p.m. Update. But you can see they kept it. That's because they are expecting the peak time of convection to be right now, okay? So, kind of just to read off the SPC's description here, a regional outbreak of severe weather with multiple intense brackets EF3 plus long track tornadoes, as well as very large hail and severe thunderstorm gusts, is expected over parts of the south central plains from this afternoon through evening. Okay, so again, not wording you see from the National Weather Service very often. By the way, we do have a new mesoscale discussion. This was 3 minutes ago. All right, this is a pretty big deal. All right, the tornado threat will increase this evening. Local weather watch extension of 189 may be needed, with a new watch eventually expected farther downstream. 95% chance of a tornado watch there. Okay, so there's almost certainly going to be one. All right, we might as well just act like it's a 100% chance, because whenever they put a 95% chance on that, the only reason we can't say 100% chance is because they legitimately don't have a 100% chance setting. But whenever you get 95%, you can almost guarantee you're getting a tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat here. If you guys do have any questions about your location, make sure to leave those down below. But yeah. So here we go, you guys. Again, we are getting ready to watch violent, long tracking, and potentially EF3 plus tornadoes, Storm Prediction Center's words, not mine, occur here across parts of Oklahoma and Kansas. The southern and central plains. Pretty much. Again, we do have our cyclone ports out there right now. We got Norman, Oklahoma, and Burlington, Kansas up right now. They've both got some severe storms in the vicinity. Not right on top of them, but in the vicinity of that area. The tornado that happened in Smithville, all right, the north side of Smithville tornado, we did see some damage videos come out of that, all right? We saw some significant home damage and tree damage, as well as some power line damage across the north side of town, all right? Luckily, no fatalities or injuries that I have seen personally have been reported yet, but that was a pretty decently strong tornado, all right? It was ripping up pretty much everything in its path pretty decently. So, again, that's why we were worried about that during our last stream, was because it was going through a pretty populated area, and a tornado that strong when it goes through a populated area, it's never good. But yeah, and again, now we're watching for something to spin up here near Detroit. If you're in Detroit, Kansas, again, you need to run, do not walk to your shelter. This is a very dangerous storm that could easily spin up a tornado here in the next few minutes, if it has not already. It is heading straight for you, so please do be taking that seriously and taking shelter right now. So again, we do have, what was at least at one point a confirmed tornado, and I don't know about you guys, but that still looks like a pretty strong area of rotation to me. Southeast of Covington, in Oklahoma, once again. Or Kansas, rather. Or no, that is in Oklahoma. I'm gonna go ahead and call up Mr. Storm here and see if he can help me cover this event really quickly. Apparently my sounds are not on, because we've had 2 more tornado warnings, and I did not get the sound for either of them. So we have this one near South Bend in Nebraska. Alright, again, do not walk, run to your shelter. Very dangerous storm there. And then we also got one that was, not that. It actually was this. This is for Westmoreland, Kansas. Westmoreland, Kansas got a big-time tornado recently. EF3 killed one. So, it's a good thing it did not produce another one in that exact area. But it may produce one down the line. So again, do not walk. Run to your safe place, your tornado safe shelter. Again, the main storm that we're watching that did previously produce a tornado and could still be is this one here near Perry. I don't think it is at this point, though. It's really just very strong rotation. But again, you should be in your tornado safe spot here, because and that cell previously produced a tornado, and even if there's not one right now, which there very well could be, there's at least very strong destructive winds associated with that storm there. So, anyway. And we're also watching this storm near Abilene pretty closely here in Kansas. It's heading pretty much straight north at this point. It was kind of heading off to the east, but now just kind of straight north. So, areas like Moonlight, Buckeye, expect a tornado warning very shortly. And whenever that does get issued, you need to, again, run, not walk to your shelter, because that is dangerously close to you. Maybe you're sitting there and, moonlight thinking, yeah, I mean, it's raining out, but there's no tornado. I promise you, there is a rotating supercell here. Not saying there's a tornado there, but there is a storm capable of producing a tornado there, at the very least. Guaranteed. But Brandon Coppett got a great view of that tornado. I believe he sent in this report here, south of Covington, if I am correct. Let's see, is it Storm Chaser? No, Emergency Manager. Okay, I guess not then. I know he was very close to it, though, earlier. He was further up north on that road there. Chaser's hit by tornado. Did that actually happen? Okay, it was not Brandon Kopic. Who got hit? Who actually got hit? That is not good. Yeah, if you know who that was, please let me know. That is not good. Not good to see. Alright, so our tornado warning has now been downgraded to radar indicated, so we no longer have a tornado on the ground. Confirmed. Anyway. We can kind of see in our live cams here, the sun is starting to set. So, guys, this is where things get bad. Alright, the lower level jet is kicking in. This is where you really gotta drop everything you're doing and focus on this. Especially if you're in that pink shade. Drop everything you're doing. Your job for the next few hours is to focus on the weather and make sure there are not severe storms in your area. Unfortunately, that's very unlikely. We've got a very large line of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes that are going to sweep through this pink area. So your job here is to watch the weather very closely. All right, turn on the local news channel, keep the stream up, check the radar frequently in your area, and you need to know what's going on, because there's a very high chance that we get strong and violent tornadoes to touch down in this pink area tonight over the next few hours. So, again, now is the time to take this seriously. If you weren't taking it seriously already, you're thinking, oh, I haven't even gotten any rain today. They were over-exaggerating this. I promise you, there's a line of tornadic thunderstorms approaching. Just got a new tornado warning over here. Half-dollar size tail and 60-mile-per-hour winds in Custer, Blaine, and Canadian counties. Move indoors and away from windows. That cell was previously a tornado warning, so it could recycle rotation, so just be aware of that. But it is not currently rotating, so as long as you get indoors and away from windows in that situation, you'll be fine. Okay, for some reason my alert sounds are not going off. This is like the worst time for that. Our tornado warning has now been extended into parts of Minnesota and South Dakota here. So Garrettson, Valley Springs, Brandon even, the town of Brandon, the city of Brandon, should be in their safe place there in Minnesota. Again, very, not super strong, but very tight area of rotation. Southeast of Sioux Falls. If you're in Sioux Falls, we're good. You're good. The concern is off to the east of you. We're concerned about the areas to the east of you, pretty much. You're just getting some garden variety thunderstorms. But yeah. The sirens may actually go off in Sioux Falls depending on how their county does the siren system. Some of them do. If there's even a tornado warning in the county, they'll activate the sirens. And considering the eastern portion of Sioux Falls is included in this, there's a very high chance they will sound the sirens in at least eastern Sioux Falls. And, I mean, eastern Sioux Falls, you should be in your safe place. But if the downtown area, the sirens go off, that's just because there's one in your county, not because it's in your town. You're good. It's not going to hit downtown Sioux Falls right now. Oh dear, we're kind of all over the place right now, Linda. Alright, I'm watching this. That was not a debris signature, though. That was just contamination. Actually, that could have been hail. You got more info? You know who it was that got hit? And the other tornado warning that we got was down here in Kansas, I do believe. Yeah, it's an extension for our one that went through Detroit. So it's nothing new. It's just extensions, but yeah. The chaser was Hunter Hurley. Man, that's not good. I know who he is. I mean, I don't know him personally, but TYVM, what does that stand for? I'm not up to date on my acronyms. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. I mean, but yeah, seriously though, we are talking about an event all the way from the Carolinas back over to the plains. Massive tornado outbreak today, you guys. Again, it is underway. And now we are very, extremely concerned about you guys. He was in a ditch. Luckily, he was able to get out with help and is back chasing. I wouldn't want to go back chasing after that. Some of those storm chasers are legitimate, like, daredevils. Like, seriously, how do they do that? They get thrown into a ditch, and then you're just like, oh, let's go back to it. I mean, good for them if they know what they're doing. I'm sure they do. I know Hunter Hurley does. But seriously, they got to be careful, man. I would back out after something like that. So, luckily, they're braver than I am. Even if I knew what I was doing, I'd be like, no, I'm not getting thrown in the ditch again. Or worse. So again, you guys, if you're just now tuning in, we are watching a live giant tornado outbreak. Currently, we do have 6 tornado warnings in effect across the United States. Parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Minnesota are under these tornado warnings right now. We do have several storms very close to producing a tornado. If you're in a tornado warning, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, a basement, an interior room away from windows. Small closet, bathroom, storm shelter preferably. But again, if you don't have that, basement's the next best thing. If you don't have that, then go to the middle of your house in a small interior room. So again, this is not looking good. Yeah, guys, this is a high risk. I'm still kind of shocked. We have a high risk of severe weather, guys. We haven't had this in over a year. Last time we had it was March 31st, 2023. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that outbreak. Massive tornado outbreak. We could be seeing the same thing here tonight. In fact, we've already gotten our tornado outbreak started, but yeah. By the way, here in Guyton, Georgia, there was a report of a home along Taylor Drive struck by lightning, causing a possible house fire, according to the fire department and rescue in Effingham County there in Georgia. It's kind of weird. Didn't look like there should be lightning in the area, but you know what? I did say last stream, lightning can strike 15 miles away from the parent supercell. There we go. I guess that could have been the case. So that's what we were talking about last stream, guys. That can be legitimately dangerous, even if you're, across the county. Even if there's a storm, you got to take that seriously. You got to get indoors. When thunder roars, go indoors. When lightning strikes, there's no metaphor for that. When lightning strikes, do not fright. But go indoors, so maybe you should fright. I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't fright just because there's lightning out, but you should go inside. Anyway. And, I hear Morris, Oklahoma is in line for some wind. Depends on where Morris is at. Yeah, Morris is definitely going to have that chance for wind, hail, even tornadoes. So stay aware, be prepared there in Morris. And that's very dangerous. It's going to be dangerous for you later tonight. It's not immediately life-threatening, but it could turn into that, unfortunately. I know it may not seem like much being under a 4 out of 5 risk of severe weather whenever there is a 5 out of 5 risk today. But guys, even a 4 out of 5 risk usually ends up in a big-time tornado outbreak. Like the last time we had a 4 out of 5 risk, it was the massive Oklahoma outbreak, and I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that. That was just a week ago. It's so recent, it still hits so hard. Still can't believe we're still getting major, severe, and even tornado outbreaks. Severe weather and tornado outbreaks every day since then. It's rough. Yikes. Big yikes. Alright. By the way, the new mesoscale here. This is 11 minutes ago. This is another new mesoscale. This is valid until 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Multi-phased severe threat continues across Tornado Watch 190. Alright. You can see the blue area. That's where we're concerned about damaging winds and quadrilinear convective system tornadoes, which are usually small, weak, brief tornadoes. But this area, tornadoes and large hail are the main concern here across the pink circle around northeast Kansas. And then the potential discrete development, which usually ends up in strong tornadoes when you have discrete supercells in an environment like this, is going to lie across portions of east central Kansas in this watch. So I know that's kind of a complicated mesoscale, but hopefully I explained that properly there. That does not mention anything about Oklahoma, just that just talks about Tornado Watch 190. So I'm sure we'll get an update on our PDS watch across Oklahoma shortly here. Across Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. This will be their third for 2000s. Third what? I don't know what you're talking about. You have to let me know. Sorry, I saw that message kind of late, so now I'm not sure what you're talking about. New severe thunderstorm warning. 1-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, tornado possible. Setting for Cedarvale, OPPS tornado. Oh. 70-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, tornado possible. You guys over here just went through a line of storms. There's another one coming that's even more dangerous. When that approaches, you want to get in an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. 70-mile-per-hour winds are tornado force winds. Low-end tornado force winds. Low-end EF0 force winds. And a tornado could even spin up out of that line as well as 1-inch hail. This is the area we were talking about, QLCS. Meaning Moore, not Morris. Oh, okay. Yeah, Moore is definitely in the threat today for strong, damaging tornadoes. At least has the potential to see that. Alright, let's go back up here to Kansas for a little bit. Again, that rotation is definitely there near Upland. Again, run, do not walk to your safe spot. This rotation's done. There's nothing going to come out of this near Onaga for, at least for this time period. But I will say, 70-mile-per-hour winds are still associated with that storm, so you should still be in your tornado safe spot there in Onaga. But we are luckily not concerned about a tornado anymore. But again, 70-mile-per-hour winds are low-end tornado force winds. So stay in your safe place. New tornado warning has now been issued. Finally, I got the alerts to come on. It's across parts of South Dakota. Brookings, you are now under a tornado warning. You need to seek shelter now. I would never move to Oklahoma willingly with this weather. Yeah, probably not. They get something like this like every year. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And then this year, multiple times a year. Again, there's your area of rotation. Again, Brookings, you are included in that. So, again, Brookings, you need to run, not walk to your safe spot. We were not expecting you to get a tornado today, but now it's kind of looking like a very real possibility here with this storm coming in. So maybe you're sitting in Brookings. Again, there's just some showers out, just sprinkling a little. There is a very dangerous storm coming, I promise you. This has been moving off to the north here for a while for about at about 55 miles per hour. So if we kind of track this out, right, we take it from here, track it out to the north, kind of like that. We're going to talk about the locations in the path of this storm, because this is a very populated area and a very dangerous storm. Okay, never mind. We've got another new tornado warning to talk about. Nebraska, Nemaha, and Otoe. Finally getting some more storms in Nebraska that are tornadic. And that's definitely not a good one. That's pretty dangerous. Auburn's included in that. All the populated areas are getting hit, guys. If you're in Auburn, you need to take cover now. Run. Do not walk to your safe spot. This is a very dangerous storm. And again, even without the tornado threat, we were talking about winds up to 90 miles per hour, half degree in the surface, or in the atmosphere, I should say. So, again, you need to run, not walk to your safe place there in Auburn, as well as Johnson, all the way up towards Glen Rock and Julian. Moore and Norman are frequent flyers. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yikes. This storm near Wakefield, I mean, that hook echo is nasty. And if you're in this warning, you need to be in your shelter. Upland, again, this is right on top of you. No confirmed tornado with that yet, but the way that hook echo's looking, that could easily spin up one. I guess it's been intense for a while, more intense than I gave it credit for. But, yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty bad there. Look at this cluster of tornado warnings up here and marginal risk. This QLCS here ended up becoming more tornadic than originally expected. It was mainly just supposed to be damaging winds for you guys, but tornadoes are a real threat here now, you guys. So, again, please be taking shelter in any of these warnings. In any tornado warning right now across the country. Because we have a lot of them. Again, we have 7 right now. Jeez Louise. Let's check up on our storm that did previously produce a tornado before the stream started. Not too much. Looks like a hook echo near Junction City, Kansas. Well, let's just find out. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty hook echo. That's the storm we just mentioned that has the hook echo. Less impressive now, but still pretty bad. Again, if you're not familiar with the term hook echo, it's whenever a storm gains some inflow and it kind of creates this hook shape because there's a break in the rain. That is not what we want to see. That means the storm has a chance of becoming tornadic pretty quickly, which is why tornado warnings are usually issued for storms that have a velocity couplet and a hook echo both. Sometimes either one is enough to issue a warning. You just got in here 1 minute ago? Oh, you're good. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we do have 7 tornado warnings at the minute. Alright, I'm getting a call. We have 7 tornado warnings at the minute. Across parts of the northern and central, as well as even the southern plains, actually. Really just across the Great Plains in general. We are talking about long-tracked, violent tornadoes possible, especially kind of isolated down to this Oklahoma and Kansas region. And that pink shade, that's your 5 out of 5 high risk. It doesn't get worse than that. That's maxed out from the SPC's outlook. And as this lower level jet kicks in, that's going to pop off. And it's going to show us why we have a high risk there as these storms are moving through. So yeah. I do need to use the restroom, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a BRB on the screen. And as that BRB says, I will be right back. So, give me just a minute. Alright, I have returned. Yeah, the jail would be the safest place until the storms pass, honestly. So kind of to just give a perspective, here in eastern Illinois, the sun has pretty much almost completely set at this point. And we're in the same time zone here as the plains. So it's only going to be, 30 more minutes before the lower level jet kicks in. So, I mean, we are getting there very quickly, you guys. The sun is setting. You can tell on the Norman cam especially. Also the Burlington one. But there's a massive wall cloud there, it looks like. Or not wall cloud, but shelf cloud, rather. Or that's not even a shelf cloud. What am I talking about? I'm just being stupid. That's just a cloud. Ooh, look at that lightning strike, though. All right. We have a lot of tornado warnings, actually, that do expire in 1 minute here. Let's see. We have 1, 2... maybe only 2. Yeah, just 2 that expire in 1 minute, so we'll be down to 5, unless they do get reissued, which is a real possibility, because a lot of these storms, again, their rotation is about to have the chance to pick up a lot. There's a lot of spin in this environment right now. Lots of spin potential. Just a lot of spin in general, like there's actual spin in the atmosphere here. We haven't really gotten an update here yet this stream across the southeast. I mean, right now, you guys are just getting your general severe storms. The storms in Tennessee were actually rotating earlier. That's why we were watching them so closely. But now, I mean, they're just, storms. I will say, you can see out here in Tennessee, if it'll let me click on the cam, the sun has set completely. Big lightning strike there. That's the area that got hit by the tornado earlier, the Scottsville area. Or, sorry, Smithville area. You can see the sun is set there, so it's not going to take long for the sun to set out here, unfortunately. It'll happen fast. Let's take a look at the middle here, kind of around Little Rock, Arkansas. And, yeah, the sun's definitely starting to set. Let's see, what about north of Kansas City? Still got a bit of daylight out there. Correct, I'm in Chicago, between the airport and the lake. Weather saving, pilot license, still outside. Weather will come. Yeah, I mean, Chicago's fine today, though. Yeah, I mean, the sun is set in Chicago, I'm guessing. I'm not too far away from Chicago, so I can kind of say that with some certainty. Alright, yeah, I mean, the sun is completely set here out in eastern Illinois, so I'm assuming it has in Chicago as well. Also, I'm stupid. I pronounced it weather savvy earlier. It's weather savvy. I'm just being a little goofy tonight. Goofy Aw Davis. Goofy Aw Davis does weather riz. Alright, so we are now down to 5 tornado warnings now that those 2 have expired. New severe thunderstorm warning. This is an extension for a storm that just is now moving through Omaha. What was that? Yeah, I see you in there. A little area rotation. Thought you could sneak away. No, I see you. It's building there towards Papillion. Okay, you gotta look out for this. This might get tornado warned soon if this continues to rotate like that, if they see that. Oh dear, maybe I missed... Oh my gosh, another one. that the one on the Tennessee, North Carolina border? Yes, it might be. Yeah, it is. Alright. So, I mean, guys, we're just waiting here. This is a wait party. I was going to say watch party, but no, it's literally just a wait party. Look at this. All of the Storm Chasers in the Radar Omega app. Connor Croft, Brad Arnold, Corey Gherkin, Vince Welty, Caleb Beecham, Brandon Kopic, what's his face? Aaron Jajak. They're all out here. Because they think that this line of storms is going to go tornadic very quickly. These are professional weather analysts, professional storm chasers, and they chose this area out of anywhere in the country to be right now. They chose this area to chase severe weather. So if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what will. I mean, guys, again, if you're in the high risk, there's almost a 0% chance at this point that you get out of this with severe storms, with no severe storms, rather. Maybe if you're isolated down to this section, but I still think we're going to see some develop over there and sweep through. And guys, this is a massive line of dangerous storms. Look at that, all that lightning on the Burlington, Kansas cam. It's starting to rain down there now. New tornado warning has now been issued. And that is for the storm that I mentioned earlier, south of... Oh, no, that's not the one. I'm stupid. Where is that? Minnesota. A fourth one out here in this area that's in the marginal risk. It's just an extension for this storm here. It continues to rotate. So now areas like Trotsky, Edgerton, Woodstock, Pipestone get to your safe place. Pipestone's not in... Yeah, it is in this warning, actually. Alright. Again, I am concerned about this storm off to the west of Bartlesville, and wow, that picked up fast. Holy crap. That's the lower level jet kicking in right there. You guys see what I mean now? Look at how quickly that spun up. One scan ago, it was weak rotation. I mean, it wasn't weak, but much weaker, and now we're concerned about a tornado. Foraker, Blackland, you guys need to run, not walk to your safe place. Very tight and confined area of rotation. Unfortunately, I do not see this getting any better in the near future here. That is not good. Like, seriously, guys, that's not good. Again, dangerous area of rotation there. Southwest of Blackland. I just was not expecting that. I mean, I was about to say how dangerous it was. You can go back and watch the stream if you don't believe me, but I started to say it, and then I just saw it, and I froze. There's the lower level jet kicking in over the last radar scan, so it's popping up fast, you guys. Guys, a lot of these storms are going to go tornadic very quickly here. Again, this is a very dangerous storm. We'll wait for the next velocity scan, but again, unfortunately, I do not see this getting any better here in the near future, and there we go. I mean, you can see that continues to be incredibly strong rotation there. Not incredibly strong, but incredibly tight. I'll say that much. Indecently strong. Taking a look at the correlation coefficient. We do not have a debris signature yet, so there's no confirmed touchdown with this yet. But it's getting pretty darn close. So, here we go, guys. Things are getting serious out here. Again, just look at that. Northeast Oklahoma, I think. Yeah, that's where we're at. I almost just fell out of my chair. That would have been embarrassing. I almost tipped my chair over because I was leaning back in it. I wish you guys could see my camera right now. That was kind of embarrassing. Actually, I'm glad you guys can't see my camera right now. Guys, the Burlington, Kansas cam's lightning is picking up. And if you'll notice, the winds in Norman, Oklahoma are kind of picking up too. The trees are shaking around pretty decently there. Pretty darn decently. Pretty good. I mean, it's just a downpour right there in Burlington right now. In Burlington, Kansas. Again, that's up here. They are going through a decently intense rain here. Pretty big storm, actually, I would say. It's not going to produce any severe effects, but it is just your typical, decently strong storm out there. Heavy rainfall, lightning. Nothing else too crazy. No, wind, hail, or tornadoes, that's for sure. Alright, so there's the next scan of that velocity couplet. Again, it continues to get stronger. Luckily, it's not quite as tight anymore. But, that was the concerning part. But it is getting a little bit stronger, which isn't good either. Again, you need to be getting into your tornado safe spot here immediately. Do not walk, run to your shelter. This is heading northeast, is in between Blackland and Foraker right now. Can't pronounce it. I think it's Foraker, though. Foraker or Foraker? I think it's Foraker. If anybody knows, let me know. And wow! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. We got softball-sized hail here, you guys. Riley, Leonardville. You got softball-sized hail coming in. Take cover now. This is a destructive storm for locations near Milford Lake in central Riley County. At 8:30 p.m., emergency management reported softball-sized hail near Upland. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Thunderstorm damage threat destructive. Bulletin, emergency alert system activation requested. That means the wireless emergency alert will go off as well. Bingo, that's us, haha. Wait, where? In Kansas? That's not good. Man, softball size out? Yeah, for sure, Mr. Storm. You're in Riley? Yikes. That's coming in. You gotta take that seriously, dude. Please, seriously take that. Hopefully the alert went off on your phone. I'm assuming it had to have. They definitely activate that for way smaller than softball-sized hail, so... Again, please get indoors and away from windows now in the middle of your house. That is massive hail. That can fall at over 100 miles per hour. Almost 200 miles per hour. And with 60-mile-per-hour winds in there as well, you're getting some serious wind-driven hail effects there. And your cars are going to be shattered. And unfortunately, you don't really have time to bring those in if they're not already in. So seriously, take that warning. Yeah, for sure. Stay safe, Judge. That might be one of the more dangerous situations that one of my live viewers have been in. I know we had somebody in a tornado warning before. Yeah, seriously, stay safe though, dude. That's going to be a huge hailstorm. If you can report hail safely to the National Weather Service, yeah, there's definitely going to be some glass shattered. If you can report hail safely, you could do that, but I seriously would not recommend going outside. It's just not worth it. We already know it's softball-sized hail. Again, that's an emergency management report. Mr. Storm, you want to call? Are you able to call? I kind of want to discuss this, because this isn't looking good. Again, this is near Foraker, Oklahoma, in northeastern Oklahoma. The tornado-warned rotating supercell in the high risk of severe weather. Not what you want to see. Again, the lower-level jet is starting to kick in here, guys. That has the potential to turn into a strong, damaging, violent tornado if that does grow. You can't? Ah, that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, again, very strong rotation there. Again, it's not immediately like this is going to produce a massive tornado, but this kind of environment with that lower level jet, all the instability out here, it's going to be pretty darn big. Obviously, it's a high risk, but I can't call it, yeah. Go ahead and update our storm here in Riley, since I know we have a viewer in that area. I mean, that's coming in, dude. 4-inch hail. That could be some of the biggest hail you see in your lifetime. Like, seriously. I mean, I know you get hail all the time out here in Kansas, but still. Northeast Kansas, that's coming in. And also, obviously, our tornadic storm is back here in northeastern Oklahoma. We are in a bit of a radar hole, and unfortunately, it's only going to get worse as we head further northeast. We're going to get further and further away from the radar site, and unfortunately, I mean, the next closest one is way too far away. We may get a moderate risk for day 3. That would be kind of crazy, because I'm actually in the enhanced risk for day 3 already. I'm pretty sure I already told you that, but by the way, new tornado watch has now been issued. All right, we talked about this, and now it is here. Western Missouri, eastern Kansas. We said, this is going to come in 95% chance, and there we go. New tornado watch has now been issued. This was 3 minutes ago. All right. 4 minutes ago now. This is for parts of eastern Kansas, western and central Missouri. A few tornadoes possible. Widespread damaging winds likely, with isolated significant gusts to 75 miles per hour possible. Isolated large hail events to 1.5 inches in diameter possible. By the way, look how windy it is in Norman, Oklahoma right now. All that shear out there. Actually, the shear has nothing to do with it. I don't know. Okay. I mean, the shear does have something to do with it, but, well, did you see that? That was a crazy lightning strike. Actually, the shear has everything to do with it. I don't know what I'm yapping about tonight, you guys. I'm acting like this is my first day of weather forecasting. I'm sorry. And I do not like the look of that. That is very bad. This is a very concerning storm here. That if you're in this warning box, you need to get to your safe place now if you are past this line. If you're north of this line, get to shelter now. That was a loud alert sound. Whoa. I mean, the lightning is just popping off over there in Burlington. This is a highly electrified storm here outside of Burlington. Actually in Burlington, but the lightning's all outside of it. At least the cloud-to-ground strikes are. Look at that. That's your ear rotation. That is a nasty hook echo, guys. And again, we're talking about a strong tornado potential here as this continues to head off to the north and the east. This could be our first PDS tornado of the night if this drops down. I don't want to hype things up before it even drops, but seriously, guys, watch out for this. Again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. Do not walk, run. Again, even without the tornado, we have 95 mile per hour wind gusts, half a degree off the surface. And the surface winds are going to be about 60 miles per hour, according to the warning. But they could be much higher in that specific pocket there. So again, you got to take cover. You got to get to shelter now. You don't have time to waste here, guys. Any tornadoes in Oklahoma or Kansas yet? I mean, we've had some today, but not right now. No. But yeah, obviously we have had some today. I know you messaged me about that strong tornado earlier in Oklahoma. I was calling with friends. That's why I couldn't hop on stream. I didn't want to ditch them for a tornado. Alright, yeah, that's a very concerning velocity couplet. So, we got to continue to watch that very closely there. Yikes. Big yikes. But yeah, if day 3 gets upgraded to moderate risk, that would honestly be kind of crazy. Because if it does get upgraded, it would be likely in my area. Considering the enhanced risk is kind of centered around my region. Again, I am in the enhanced risk. But yeah. And it could even be a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes. So, anyway. And there's your velocity couplet. This is off to the north of Blackland, Oklahoma. This is a very dangerous storm. You should be taking shelter right now if you're on the north side of this warning box. And they're probably going to issue a new warning for this soon because this is about to leave the warning box. And wow. You guys see what I mean about that lower level jet kicking in? I mean, that is just insane. That is a very concerning area of rotation. Again, you need to run, not walk to your tornado safe spot. Basement, interior room. If you're outside or in a mobile home, make sure that you get to a more substantial structure. I mean, the Burlington, Kansas game is just popping off with lightning. Could be a sign of intensification with that general cluster of storms. I mean, there's a lot of storms in the area, so that may be why we're seeing so many. Just all the different storms producing their own lightning. But anyway, again, that is a very nasty looking velocity couplet. Very dangerous situation here if you're on this tornado warning on the north side at this point. That's the only area we're concerned about in this tornado warning. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. So again, if you're in this warning, the north side of it, you need to be taking cover now, northeast of Forker, Oklahoma. Raker, Oklahoma. However that's pronounced. And you need to run, not walk, to shelter. I'm not saying that to be scary. I'm saying that because this is a dangerous area of rotation here. A very dangerous storm. And could already be producing a tornado that we just don't know about yet. There's no debris signature, but there probably won't be because of our distance from the radar site. It has to look so high up in the atmosphere that sometimes tornadoes just can't suck debris up that high unless they're incredibly strong. So there could be debris in the air and we just don't know it because of our distance from the radar site, which is why the radar's dead zones are terrible for looking at tornadoes. That and obviously just, in general, things are much messier. But that's one of the biggest problems with it when it comes to watching tornadoes on radar. Is there's no good way to confirm them by a debris ball. So again, there's your velocity couplet there. Very impressive velocity couplet off to the west of 4,201. 4201. It's going through a pretty residential area. There's some roads out here. Actually, I'm not seeing any buildings, though. No homes, I don't think, so that's good. Unless they're just not popping up. Maybe be like a campsite or something. That would actually be really bad. Bunch of mobile homes out there. Would not be good. Again, if you're in a mobile home, you need to evacuate. Mobile homes are not built to withstand this kind of storm. And for some reason, my alert sounds are just not going off. But we have another area of rotation in southwestern Minnesota. That's 3 now. We have, 5 separate tornado warnings up here, but there's 3 different areas of rotation that we're actually watching. Or sorry, we have 4 tornado warnings up here. All of our tornado warnings, actually, are, other than this one in Iowa, and our one, obviously, in Oklahoma, are up there in Minnesota. And South Dakota, surprisingly. I will say this storm's starting to rotate pretty darn impressively. Southwest of Malvern, west of Malvern, really, at this point, in Iowa. So again, if you're in that warning, run, do not walk to your safe spot. Again, basement, interior room, preferably a storm shelter if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. Just, get underground if possible. Interior room, evacuate mobile homes. Because again, mobile homes are not built to withstand tornado force winds. Alright, velocity couplet's a little bit less impressive out here now. But what I will say is that this could recycle pretty easily in this kind of environment. I mean, there's no question about it. And we got another warning, but my alert sound isn't working. So that's an extension for our warning here now. So, Sedan, Longton, Moline, in Kansas. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Again, tornadic thunderstorm approaching here. See if any areas of rotation have popped up in our line of storms here in Oklahoma. Could be some sort of rotation there near Greenfield, quite possibly. Anyway. And we're also watching this near Balfour now, out here in Iowa. Southwest Iowa. Pretty dangerous area of rotation again. Seek shelter now. You can't get into another house if you're in like a mobile home and you can't get to another house. Try to find a tornado shelter if there's any in your town. But surely somebody will let you in your house in a town like that. I just feel like people in Iowa are just so nice. Now there's kind of a new area of rotation that's popped up in our warning polygon here. So I'll have to watch that as well, because again, extremely favorable environment out here. And you guys, we've been live for almost an hour. We haven't gotten any tornadoes yet. There was one right before the stream, but it's just been a waiting party, man. So I want to thank you all that have been waiting with me for this. Tuning into the stream. Let's go and check up on our softball-sized hailstorm. How's that doing? Must not be softball-sized anymore. I don't see it. It is still 2-inch hail, though, so that viewer in Riley, if you're still here, the storm has passed you. But anyway, you're going to have another line of storms actually coming in. It's going to be pretty big. Damaging winds and large hail are the main threats with that, though. No real tornado threat. Whew. I actually have not looked today. I've been meaning to do this, but I have not looked at the NATOcast forecast for today. Let's do that really quickly while we're kind of waiting here. And apparently another new tornado warning was issued for the Greenfield storm that I did mention. At least I'm calling out my rotations good today, but I don't know why my alert sound isn't working. Okay, that has gotten way more impressive over the last couple of scans. I'll say that much. That's not good. Now we gotta watch both these storms at the same time. Very intensely. Very closely, not very intensely. What am I talking about? I think at this point we're mainly concerned about this one, though. Alright, let's look up NATOcast. Oh, great. The Twitter trending page. Oklahoma weather. Interstate 35, because a supercell crossed over it, and tornado warning. Those are the top 3 trends. You never want to see that on X / Twitter. Then we have El Reno. We have O'Keene, because another supercell went through there. My goodness, guys. People really are obsessed with the weather. That's cool. Because I am, for sure. Alright, NATOcast. What have you got? They're talking about... Man, he's been doing forecasts frequently for this. This is still actually the same outlook pretty much as the SPC. 30% hatched risk. Originally there was a tiny sliver of Oklahoma and a 45%. And actually originally there was, yeah. Anyway, never mind. I'll stop yapping. I don't think anybody actually cares about the NATOcast outlook except for me and Ryan Hall. The AI models are sometimes surprisingly accurate. Sometimes the SPC will take a dub. It's about 50... Actually, it's about 75% wins for the SPC, 25% wins by NATOcast. And by the way, I hate the fact that my alert sound's not going off because we have 10 tornado warnings now, and I didn't even know about it. We went from like 6 to 10. What The heck? Or 7 to 10. I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Maybe 8 to 10. I don't even know. One of our new ones is here, which isn't good. This is probably a rotating self. It's in our high risk. It's probably rotating pretty well. We actually just looked at that. I don't know how I didn't see that. Oh, no, this was what we were looking at. They're rotating very similarly. So, Hominy, take cover. That is on the northwest side of the Tulsa suburbs. I don't know where our other ones are. I think they're mostly in Minnesota. I mean, that's just an absolute mess of polygons there, you guys. When you talk about tornado warning polygon messes. Jeez Louise, there's like 6 warnings there, or 5 warnings there, rather. By the way, just kind of a little sneakity-peekity. Any of you guys that are, check out area around Calumet, Oklahoma. I mean, Calumet's fine right now. It's mainly storms off to the north of you, actually, that we're watching. May see some lightning, but that's about it. Make sure that you're just staying indoors, and you will be fine. You're technically under that severe thunderstorm warning, but again, we're mainly concerned about the area to the north of you. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, any of you guys that are fans of my Minecraft life series, I'm just gonna stop myself there. I feel like I kind of gave away what's gonna happen. Just, be prepared for a video to come out soon. Matt, I actually saw it whenever I accidentally zoomed out on my Raider Omega earlier. That's why I was so upset that I did that. I kind of spoiled it. I had some files in there. Can kind of take a look at them. Anyway, back to the weather. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Guys, that's a yikes. Alright, another dangerously strong area of rotation. We mentioned this earlier, but it's gotten stronger since. Heading for Moline. We got 2 areas of rotation inside this warning box. We got the one near Hewins and the one near Moline. One could spin up anywhere in this warning box, you guys. So anywhere in that warning polygon, anywhere in any of our tornado warnings right now should be in shelter. What? Check out the area north of Calumet. I mean, the storm was severe, but it wasn't too insane. Let's see it. I think the warning's actually expired now. Where's Calumet? I can't find it again. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was just a severe thunderstorm. Area tornado warned. Oh, this. Oh, I'm stupid. I mean, it's rotating, but not as impressively as it was several scans ago. But yeah, you should be in your safe place there to the north of Calumet. Again, I am not liking either of these areas of rotation here along the Kansas-Oklahoma border. And I'm getting another call. I really don't want to call right now. Take a hint, buddy. Don't you hate whenever somebody calls you and then you hang up and then they immediately call you again? That should be illegal. Matt Mitchell made a video about that subject. Or no, that was actually just It's a Southern Thing channel in general. Okay, I think this is a new tornado warning, but again, my alert sounds are not working for some reason. North of Kaw City, Oklahoma, take cover now. May or may not be a new tornado warning. We'll never know because my alert sounds don't want to work. How about I close out of the Radar Omega app and open it up again? Oh, I just realized there's a major spoiler for the Minecraft Life series in there for anybody that watches that. Just don't look back if you don't want to see a spoiler. One of the thumbnails of the video clips was a huge spoiler. I don't think anybody in this chat really cares about that, though, in terms of people in chat right now. I don't think too many of them watch my Minecraft videos. I don't really have a Minecraft audience anymore. Ever since I started doing weather videos, man. Alright. And now there's another rotation trying to spin up in this warning polygon. They die out very quickly, though. I will say that much. Again, there hasn't been anything ridiculously insane yet, like I was expecting. I mean, the lower level jet has set in. I thought things were going to immediately pop off, but I guess not. But again, do not let your guard down. That does not mean that this is a bust event. Still a very good chance that we see long-tracking violent tornadoes across parts of Oklahoma and Kansas today. Very good chance indeed. A little bit of rotation there. Northeast of Pawnee, that's not even warned, but that's rotating. You know what, guys? We've been live for over an hour now with not a single tornado. I think I'm going to end off here. I will come back later if there's any actual tornadoes in the ground. So I may be back pretty quickly, but for now I'm going to end off the stream. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.